It
Always in the top of the skull. It just reverberates.
it's so like it's like bassy but piercing at the same time. Oh, I love
It
the
is.
Dio background, Max.
It's a
Thank
good
you,
one.
thank you.
Welcome,
Holy
welcome,
diver.
slopifiers and slopids to which one's this? Season 3, episode 2?
Yeah, season 3, episode 2. There's no more gameplay footage now. I'm gonna use a funny picture that I made.
We're gonna use funny pictures and funny backgrounds because
People were...
some of you are getting confused. No, we are not talking over gameplay in that one. That is
suboptimal gameplay
that you're looking for if you're looking for our gameplay stuff.
I don't understand how it's like, I never got how it was confusing because we don't even talk about the game that's on Steam.
Well, yeah, but there's tons of people that are like, play a game and they are just totally uninvested. So it's all happening in the foreground. And then
I mean, I'd be impressed if we managed to be that uninvested during a game.
Well, it's like
I'm just assuming these people are smoking a lot of pot. That's my assumption.
If you listen, if you thought that Souls Like of Podcast, it's in the name, it's podcast, not Souls Like of Let's Play. If you thought that S.L.O.P was a fucking Let's Play, you're stupid, and I'm saying it officially now, fan, you're stupid. You're a dumb, stupid head, and you need to stop smoking weed. Go to fucking rehab, you drug addict. Also, we have Max now.
That do like gameplay stuff, basically.
From my experience, it's usually like a funny picture. They have cameras up and stuff. Like Super Mega, they used to just use a picture that was related to what they were talking about, but now they've switched to like a talk show type vibe.
Oh, I love it. It's so funny looking.
Have you heard? Do you watch the Super Mega Let's Play?
Yeah.
Have you heard about
a ton of them?
Have you heard about the drama between... I don't want to call it drama. He'd hate that. Have you heard about the beef between... Oh, fuck, before we continue, Aaron is in Vegas. He's going wrestling. He's wrestling right now.
He is wrestling himself?
Yeah, Aaron's wrestling.
I wish him luck.
It's the Young Bucks versus Aaron and Derek. So they're going to be... He's probably not coming back now that I think about it, because the Young Bucks are going to just kill him. But
yeah, probably. They have that signature move where they rip your spine out.
Yeah, where they like, what's the name of the forearm guy? There's two guys, so they've got forearms effectively, so they'll just...
Whoa, that's cool. Is that like their thing?
Yeah, they'll like grab your... They'll be on both sides of you, and they'll grab an arm and a leg each, and then they just pull really hard. And your spine, like, pops out perfectly.
That's scary.
Why don't we do combo moves like that in D&D games we have?
Why don't
you work, like, closely enough with other people to actually do a combo? I've gotten some people to do that. Like,
honestly, that's why, like, the team feats are really fun. I really think Pathfinder has a good system going.
The team feats are really fun.
I think Pathfinder 2 is keeping up on that. I think they have some like.
If you're a 3rd edition troglodyte.
Comment below if you're a 1st edition mollusk who hasn't evolved the ability to breathe air yet.
Is that a thing in D&D?
Dude, 1st edition doesn't even have like races. Elf is a class.
And then they were like, "This is satanic."
Then they're like, maybe you should be able to just play like an elf, but also a knight or something.
No.
Dude, people were so horny for tieflings back in the 70s, but to be fair, I'm so horny for a tiefling right now.
They still are.
I don't think. Yeah, it's never stopped. They honestly keep going for it.
I kind of feel like 5e, and to be fair, I play a lot of 5e. I feel like 5e is like the iPad generation, baby.
iPad generation.
I feel like that's what it is, yeah.
It honestly is. Because, like, they've streamlined it so hard, you don't even have to think really about what you're doing. You just kind of end up doing it.
Yeah, and your options for choosing stuff, you just choose, like, 2 options throughout the whole thing. And you get feats once in a while, but it's honestly usually better to take an ASI for a lot of classes, so...
Which is why I'm a Pathfinder 2nd edition stan. I love that game.
Oh, I love the 3 action system.
But
I've only
Yeah.
ever played 3rd edition D&D. That's it. I've
You would
played a lot
probably
of
love
D&D.
Pathfinder for sure.
That's
I
what you
don't know
guys
about
keep telling
3.5.
me.
I played
Or I mean 2.5.
3.5, and I love 3.5 because it's kind of the same thing as Pathfinder. I think what happened was 3rd to 3.5, they were like really kind of fleshing out the system, and then did you ever hear what happened with 4th edition?
No, I didn't.
They screwed up Magic real hard. Nobody who plays like D&D for like that long talks about 4th edition. Nobody likes it. So then 5th edition from Wizards of the Coast is supposed to be not only a remastering so it's easier for people to come back into it, but also a returning to basics so that they don't fuck it up for the players anymore.
Yeah,
But
now
I heard
the
that
whole
Wizards of
one
the Coast
D&D
really.
thing, they're trying to add more back because they know they need to.
I
Dude,
heard like while I was in Arizona that Wizards of the Coast was really, really fucking up D&D.
They're fucking up a lot of things.
they're just
I blame
they
the
are
fact that
just
they're now
fucking up.
Hasbro owned, but
They went
Oh,
back
Hasbro's
in
probably like, it's
time.
a board game. It's a board
we
game.
hate corporations here.
They went back in
Oh, that's
time and
true.
brought the Pinkertons back to attack a streamer
I
because
saw
they sent
that.
him
I saw
the
that.
wrong
Yeah,
pack of
they
cards.
hit
Imagine-
Pinkertons
So good.
after him.
Imagine doing a Magic the Gathering unboxing and the fucking Pinkertons in their bowling hats and Chicago typewriters. Oi, lad, give us the box.
I'd shoot him. I'd kill him.
Well, you'll shoot them, they'll shoot you back. They're because they're mercenaries. I can't believe mercenaries
They
still
literally
exist.
are. It's crazy.
Pinkertons, are you hiring? Hit me up. I'm looking for a new job, Pinkertons. Hit me up.
Real, actually.
I'll do some merc
I'm
work.
considering merc work, yeah.
Yeah, we'll work for Hasbro. We'll work for Wizards of the Coast.
Okay, slow
Who
down.
else is
Slow down.
unboxing do we have to
Hold on.
stop?
I don't want to associate
I'm
our
not
brand
working for
with
Hasbro. I'm not
corporations.
working with
Yeah.
Wizards of the Coast. I'm working for the Pinkertons. Big difference.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Yeah. Pinkertons specifically, corporations no. If the Pinkertons tell me to do stuff for Hasbro, that's different. I'm just following orders.
Well, I like to
Yeah,
pretend
that
we
would.
live in a
Nazis.
world where the Pinkertons only work for Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast right now for some reason. Like, that's the only people hiring them, so they just keep going around, like,
what if the
stopping
Pinkertons
illegal
worked for
gaming
Betty
rings and
Crockett?
other things like that. That too.
If you made one of her recipes without one of the recipe books, the Pinkertons come and shoot you to shit.
They come and they're like, "You better not eat that, or else we'll take your stomach out. Then you can't eat it anymore."
Also, I was doing some research on monetization and demonetization and YouTube censorship and stuff, and I have some
Yeah.
good news, fellas. Say whatever
What's
you
that?
want, and unless, for the most part, it's not worth the effort to censor something unless YouTube says to. So say whatever the
Okay.
fuck you want,
All right.
except the
gonna.
N-word. Don't say that one.
Darn, foiled again. I'm gonna have to throw this whole script out now that I'm not allowed to say the N-word.
We might have
But-
this whole script. It's just written out like 150 times.
Yeah, once it hits
just
the
says-
45-minute mark, he's just gonna nonstop just keep saying that.
It just says
It was planned out.
X150,
The N-word script.
the N-word script. That's just rap music.
It's kept in like a black file.
Guys, I'm thinking of getting into a rap career. And just go hard on it.
I thought you were actually about to say it. You came so close.
I did. I'm waiting for that's gonna be a Patreon tier. You can ask me in the comments to say it in the next podcast, and I'll do it.
Max, you missed it. I can say this, but I'm going to censor it out anyway, but you missed it before you got in here. I was telling Isaac about how earlier I called one of my mom's dogs a little trash, and she was like, hey, don't say that. Don't say that. And I was like, silence, pasty. I do what I want. I say what I want. And I pointed at the dog and went, and she got really mad about it.
That's pretty good.
Oh, it's so funny.
For those listening at home who can't see my skin color, I'm black.
For those at home who can't see my skin color, I don't have skin.
Yeah. He peeled it off with a potato peeler just to see if he could.
just to get a good look at what's underneath. And now that I know how my tendons work, I'm stronger for it.
For those who can't see Max's genitalia at home, he's a femboy. He's pulling his cock out.
He's pulling his cock out.
Max, can I tell them about what you did to me the other week? Do you care?
I don't care. You
Okay,
sent me a
so-
picture though, so you know
Yeah,
you're.
I was drunk the other night and sent Max a picture of my dick and asked him to rate it. Okay, so it was me, Max, and Mateo. And I already preemptively know I don't have to censor Mateo's name. He doesn't care. But it was me, Max, and Mateo in group chat. And Max kept kicking Mateo out. He had just gotten off work. And he kept kicking Mateo out of the chat because he wanted to video chat me and show me his cock. For those listening at home, Max has huge meat. You should hit him up. Max, I'll put your Instagram up on screen right now if you want me to.
Put his
I think I'll
OnlyFans
survive.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the one I
Max's
actually want.
OnlyFans.
I gotta make some money from this. Come on.
Oh, we might have a Twitter
move
when
is
this episode
hustle.
comes out because Tori, our little social media manager, said that she was going to start working on that today.
She lied. She's not. She's
She
gonna
lied.
wake up, eat hot chip,
Be bisexual, charge
be
her phone, and
bisexual.
lie.
Do drugs. Everything that modern Americans do.
Max, when was the
Modern
last time
women.
you smoked?
Probably like 4 minutes ago.
Max broke the sober rule. You're supposed to record sober, Max. This
I
is
didn't
a
know that was
weak
a
ass-
rule.
How long is the recording right now? We're not even like 10 minutes in.
I was
Right?
trying to look at that, but I can't see because Craig, his thing didn't appear for me in
I'm
the
pretty sure
chat.
we started at 40, so he smoked while we were recording. He's just like, they're kind of on a tangent. I've got a quick little. Oh yeah, that's
He rolled
good.
a whole ass blunt real quick,
Oh, I wish I
Hit
did
it.
that.
finished
I
it
would've
in one
been great.
hit.
No, I just
Max,
use
how do
Spark.
you
That's the real magic
prefer to
trick.
hold your blunts, your boogies, your whatever you call them?
I do them like this.
Depends on the day. I usually smoke joints more than blunts.
Okay.
Probably hold a blunt a little bit differently. I think I usually just do like 2 fingers.
Like a cig.
Yeah.
I hold them
That's
in
pretty
between
cool.
my thumb and my index finger.
Well, I'm usually in a rush because like we're usually about to go somewhere, so I have to like. I have to
You are a
smoke it
little
like
busy
cig.
fella.
I am a busy
He's
fella.
always running around. He's putting those
Max's
steps
schedule
in.
is maxed out. I keep trying to get him to play games with me, but he's always like, "I'm at work. I'm at D&D. I'm at this. I'm at that."
When you get over here, you can start doing that with us. We can start hanging out
Yeah,
more realistically.
it'll be awesome. Can't wait. Can't wait. Did I tell you guys this should probably be the time. I'm planning on coming next month and in August. I'm thinking I'm
Like
gonna come
twice?
next month too. Yeah. And then move there by December.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
it's
yeah,
true.
I remember you talking about that. I thought the second coming was like you're moving over here.
No, I want to move to save money. Unless Haas will let me stay in the garage. Haas, if you're listening, comment below if I can stay in your garage if I pay you.
Viewers who live in Arizona, if you don't mind a little garage hog showing up, would you let
Yeah,
Trey stay at
I'm
your
a good
place?
house guest. I'm a good house guest viewer. I cook and I clean and I work and I have a 22-pound cat who's very lovely. He's well mannered. The worst thing about him is he doesn't bury his shit. But we can just put the litter box somewhere else.
Yeah, Trey won't leave a corner of a room unless the light in the room gets darker than like
Mhm.
what's your favorite lumens level? Like 30 at most?
0.
He prefers absolute darkness.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah,
Dark
if
crime
you've
scene.
got the lights on in the kitchen, he won't even show up.
I'll try to leave and then the light will touch my skin and I go and I like get on all fours and crawl back into a corner real quick.
Yeah.
The only
I
light
hate
that
the
doesn't
light.
affect you is light from screens. It's
The blue light.
gamer
I love
adaptation.
blue light. I hate
How fucked
sunlight.
up do you think your eyes are from blue light exposure?
Not that much actually. I've actually got stronger eyes than most. Probably because I stole it from my family.
It's so
With
you
my
can see land on the coast of sea
I know.
when
I'm
you're
just
out
smart.
sailing.
And then I can jump from the crow's nest in superhero land onto the main deck and just kill a couple guys with my mass.
Now that I got you both here, let's go on a tangent and talk shit about everyone's favorite beloved game. Why do you guys hate Divinity? What is it about it that you find so boring? I'm not judging you. I'm not judging.
Okay.
I'm not judging.
I know you're not
But-
judging. I just okay. So what was your experience the first time you played Divinity?
The first time I played Divinity, it was a party of 4, and everybody was disagreeing with everybody about what to do. So I would just sneak off and do whatever the fuck I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would get mad at me, but they couldn't kick me out of the party, and they couldn't play without me. So
That's funny.
yeah,
Mine was my sister telling me consistently, "We've got to do this for this thing. We've got to do this for that thing. That is this, that for that," and it's been that forever. And out of the, what time are we on now? 11? Out of the 11 times I've played the game, it has been barely making it through the tutorial at best with a little like pre-land experience. Like I've played Borderlands 2 a lot.
Borderlands 2 is the most based one.
I love Borderlands 2. I hate the tutorial opening because I've played through it so much. I know
with Knuckle Dragger
what's gonna happen with Knuckle Dragger. Yeah, and it's infuriating. The only thing that makes it replayable for me is when I'm on like new game +6 with Krieg. So
I love Krieg. Krieg is also my play class.
He's my favorite class.
His melee damage gets absurd.
It does. I've beaten the game like 9 times, not even with every character. Just 6 of them was with Krieg.
Me too. I've used Krieg and the
Gunzerker. Trying to
Gunzerker.
get to max level. Gunzerker's a close second. Not because of any particular reason. I just love being a big wad of meat that can do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But
Krieg does it better.
Krieg. Yeah.
He's a bigger wad of meat that does even more damage.
And you just get to kill people.
I'm kind of a sucker for like self damage in order to do more damage out. Like when I played Yu-Gi-Oh!
With high risk, high reward.
My favorite deck was Lightsworn. I'd pay 1,000 life points for my biggest monster to destroy every other card on the field except itself. And if you go, well, once per turn, my guy can't be destroyed, and then there's him and one other card, I go, okay, I'm going to pay another 1,000 life points to destroy that one card. And they're staring at me like, what? And I go, I only need 1 life point in my pool of life points when I kill you. So as long as I'm
not at 0, I can still win.
Yeah.
No.
I think one time I actually paid 7,000 life points in 1 turn on several different effects, because there are several effects that I can pay 1,000 life points for. And so I just burned through my whole HP pool, and they're like, dude, why'd you do that? I could have killed you at any moment. No, you couldn't, because it was my turn. I paid 7,000 life points to kill you, and now you're dead. I win. I walked away.
If you could have killed me at any moment, you should have done it.
Yeah, why didn't
should
you?
have pulled the trigger when you had the chance, idiot.
Okay, so you hate Divinity because you're tired of Fort Joy, and
I'm not just tired of Fort Joy.
It doesn't get interesting quick enough.
I'm tired of just walking in a straight line. I like these role-playing games because at any point in time, I can just go crazy. I love being some kind of chaotic person who will look at a situation in a strange way, because that's just how I am in real life.
One of the things I don't like about it is it really like we're on what, Driftwood now?
I think so, yeah.
We've killed everybody, and there's no kind of like natural reaction to that. Everybody is still like, "Oh, you're the hero, the good guy," and then we instantly turn around and murder them. And then we meet the next person.
There's been many repercussions for that at all either.
No, not at all. We're getting just as much experience as we would for completing quests. And I want to say,
dragon.
Yeah, we killed Slain. If you were listening at home, we killed Slain. We killed him.
We killed Slain in Fort Joy. He didn't even
Got
help
a
us with
sword
the first
for
set
it,
of
and we sold the
Shriekers.
sword.
Oh yeah, that's right, we did. We don't even have a memento to us killing him.
we got a fat ass trophy for it.
Yeah.
Max, why do you hate it? What's your beef with it now?
I don't hate it. I just have issue with motivation, and that comes through in almost every game. So, if I look at my list of games I own that are installed on my computer, I probably have only gone about 25% on maybe like completion on maybe 10 to 20% of them.
I also just don't like how huge of a commitment it is too. Cause like now I can never play that campaign again unless I'm playing with you guys. I can't do it. I can't. Me and Max can't play without Isaac. Me and Isaac can't play without Max. The two of you can't play it without me.
Yeah.
And it's insane how much commitment it. Because like in D&D, if somebody misses a party, oh well, they're at the end asleep.
Yeah.
Or they're knocked out or something. They're gone doing something else. Somebody misses Divinity, well, they're missing a whole fucking 3 hours of story expansion and character building and stuff. Somebody's got to take control of their character and shit, and it's insane for like a 100-hour game too.
That's why I like D&D over things like Divinity. If I want to play a video game, I'll sit down and play like, I don't know, what do I have currently installed?
World of Warships,
Legends, Darkest Dungeon 2, World of Warships. I'll play something that's like this is a commitment now for this. But then when like a video game
just to
goes,
pass the time,
you need to have your whole party of 5. Everybody has to be present. You're going to be playing for 6 hours at a time. And
oh boy, would we play for 6 hours at a time. We play for 6 hours at a time and do nothing.
Yeah. We'll be slaughtering a town of NPCs who weren't there to help. I was trying to buy a spell from the guy who sells spells, and then someone started a fight and killed him.
Someone. I wonder who could have started that fight. Max.
Okay,
In my defense,
you're just as
I didn't think I'd let them on fire.
He said, "Let me practice my new AoE spell in this crowd full of people." He needed live practice dummies.
Yeah.
It's not gonna hurt. It's just gonna kill you. It's not gonna hurt, and then he just kills someone.
Viewer below, comment your favorite NPC in Divinity, and I'll reply and tell you if we killed them or not.
The answer is there's probably about a 20% chance of yes.
We killed everything, not even just the people. We killed the animals. We hunted down squirrels and crabs and fucking cows.
Well, the problem I have is I don't see them in like the game screen. I'll just if I don't see anything moving, I'll look up to the map on the side, and everything that's like interactable, an animal, a person, anything, will
it's
show
a
up
little
as
yellow dye.
pip. And so I'll just chase down yellow pips. And then I'll kill them.
You're not even looking at what you're killing. You just know that there's life in the vicinity that needs to be
I know there's something there, and I go, fight me! And I kill it, and it's like, oh, whoops.
Unequip their back.
Dude,
you show them glop, glop, glop.
I got into a fight while you guys were doing some quest thing. You guys still don't know who I killed.
Yeah, I don't. I just know that you were running through houses. I haven't told you guys.
Yeah, I just killed something, and you don't know what I was doing.
I still remember when you did a child's full health to it, and it still didn't die. It was at 0 health, running away. It's bullshit.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's just a Divinity. Don't kill kids type of thing.
Anytime I play a Fallout game, the first mod I install is the Killable Children mod. Children can die too.
Fallout was so based for thinking about doing that for a second, and then they're like, "Oh, I guess we can't because of the people," and it's like, yeah, it's fine.
When it was run by Black Isle, they were really cool. If you killed a kid in Fallout, you became a child killer, and it just kind of ruined the story for you because most people would be like, "I'm not talking to somebody who's going to kill a fucking child. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?" Yeah, I'm not talking. They would call you child killer.
That's realistic repercussions. That's a world that grows and evolves. But like something that goes, don't kill kids. And if you try, I'm not gonna kill the kid. That's not like a real world. A child dies if you put a knife
If I walk
into the
up to
back
a
of its
kid and I
neck.
put a 12
Yeah.
gauge combat shotgun to his face and pull the trigger, he's gonna be a mist. He's not gonna go, somebody help me, and run away.
Yeah. So now in real life, I'm gonna go, well, in Divinity, I can stab kids and they'll just run away and call for help. I can stab kids in real life because they won't die, and then I kill a
Exactly.
kid. I'm
I
not
don't
ready for the
understand.
repercussions. Divinity, you're not teaching people about real life and realistic expectations. You're gonna create monsters. You're gonna create Boston bombers.
It's fucking
The Unabomber is going to be a
it's-
product of Divinity 2, the second
It is-
Unabomber.
It is
I just need
absolutely.
XP.
He's gonna fucking summon a little corpse pile. It's gonna crawl up to the end of the finish line and blow up on all the track runners.
Do like 200 damage, all of them explode.
It's gonna slime up there. A little oil blob is gonna appear, and then somebody's gonna throw a match at it.
Just explodes.
I still think it's absolutely insane how they handle, like, it's really. I'm honestly of the opinion that if they aren't gonna have people react to the consequences to the choices of I'm killing NPCs, then they shouldn't just let you do it to begin with. Because obviously they didn't want to. They didn't expect people to play like that. They don't want people to play like that.
Yeah. Let me be evil in another way.
This is where the little fucking soy comment. Oh, sorry.
I don't care.
Sorry. This is where the little soy goys comment. Well, if they don't want you to kill every NPC, you shouldn't be killing every NPC. Well, if they don't want me to kill them, they should have made it so I can't kill it.
Yeah,
Because you obviously
make it a
can't
little
kill
harder.
Malady. We tried to kill Malady. So
Uh-huh.
obviously they have something set up.
Have you ever unequipped someone's spine before? It's very therapeutic, very relaxing. Definitely recommend it. All you have to do, walk up behind someone with a pair of daggers, control click them. So great.
And sure, I'll click them.
Yeah. They won't even see it coming.
Rogue build in that is so fucking strong.
I love rogue build with like every other ounce of some kind of utility just put into it. I've got 3 different kinds of dashes. I've got invisibility, and
You like
all
a rogue?
all I want to do is stab someone in the back.
You're like a necromancer rogue, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I utilize necromancy for supportive stuff.
I started out as
probably our best support because I can
Seems
say
like free
you
time.
can't die.
I started out as a mage, and I just was going every class, and then I was like, no, fire. They kept getting mad at me for hitting them with fire spells, so I just said, what if all of my spells were fire? And then I
Lightning
stopped
was
carrying.
the bigger issue.
Oh, the dazzling bolt.
Yeah. Like, it's one thing if I'm burning to death, I can heal, but like being blinded, I don't have clear mind. You do. You have.
And then I usually use it on myself.
I know. Or worse yet, you use it on your fucking little guy that you spawn.
The incarnate.
Your little imp man.
Yeah, no, I'm doing I'm doing him now because he can just make more fire for me. I'll always have something on fire, so I can always have a little fire incarnate who would just make more fire for me. Plus, my thinking was it'd be really funny to gank Max in a 3v1.
It would be really funny to do that. Viewers, we're planning on turning against Max at the end of our Divinity run because Trey and I are both skeletons and he is not. So we're gonna try to take his skin off to see if
I
we
have
can make
killed
him
just
robust.
as many people. At this
Yeah,
point,
Max.
I should
He's
be
just
considered a
he's
blood
just
brother.
as villainous as we are. He hasn't actually tried to stop us.
At
or
first, Max
anything.
was trying to do some serious RPing, and me and Isaac were trying to contain our bloodlust as hard as possible, and then we couldn't do it. It's just so much more profitable, and it's more profitable and
What do you mean
experience hefty.
at the beginning?
And they started giving me corpse
this-
parts, and I couldn't say no.
We started handing him limbs, and he was eating them, and we're like, well, you're in it now. You're in for the long haul. You want more corpse. You know how to get them.
Yeah, the moment the lady blew up the ship, that's when we started going, Max, watch this, and we started killing everything. We killed the playable characters.
Do
on
you like
the
Iffin?
ship.
He's dead. Do you like the Red Prince? He's
Do
dead.
you like Bane? Do you like Sybil? All dead.
All dead. all
Then they
little
come back to life
piles.
on the island, and so I did it again.
We kill them twice, loot them twice.
Yeah.
I killed Fane without you guys even being there for it. It was really funny.
Yeah, I remember our first. I forgot to get any skills when we made our characters, and we were on the boat all trying to fight people, and then I died, and then Max died to Fane, and oh, it was awesome.
The rough scenario.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't pick skills at the beginning. Anyway, Divinity 4 out of 10 at best. D&D's better.
Yeah. If you want to play a video game, Divinity's alright. If you want to play a role-playing game, just sit around a table with your homies. Put together a loose set of rules. Throw some dice at each other really hard.
Brew a bit of hot
for the
cocoa.
eyes.
Light a fire.
In my soul.
Cuddle up under a blanket. Maybe get romantic.
Do you guys get romantic at your D&D games?
No. Maybe in one of them I'll be going to. Yeah, that's normal though. That's just normal behavior from me.
I know. I'm just
You haven't kissed me on the cheek.
You haven't asked for it. You haven't been
in person with you before.
I was in Arizona. Where were you?
I didn't exist.
I don't think
at
you
the
were
time.
affiliated with him yet.
Nope.
This is crazy. I remember back in January where it felt like the other group was my best friends, and now it's Max, and like I can't imagine not being friends with him.
I was telling him that literally 2 nights ago. Max, you're my best friend. Please never turn against me. Please, I'm begging you. You and Isaac, please.
For someone who's got trust issues, you're not very trustworthy sometimes, and I think it's really funny.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm incredibly Look, when I tell lies, they're like very fucking obvious fucking bullshit lies.
That's not even what I mean. I mean if we got power, we'd do goofy things.
Oh
like,
yeah,
like blow up a hospital or something.
Yeah,
just Joker saying it right away.
We're such villains, and then we go, "I hope you never betray me." And it's like...
Max, would you stand by me during my goal of world domination?
Would you love me if I was a homicidal psychopath?
You'd probably have to drug me up to get me to.
Max, if I committed a quadruple homicide, would you still love me? Would you come visit me in prison?
What if it's vehicular manslaughter? I swear it was an accident.
I didn't mean to. There was only 8 of them anyway.
I didn't mean to cut them up with a hatchet, Your Honor. They just looked so choppable.
The drug
look so
might not
choppable and
say it,
delicious.
but I swear I was drunk while I was driving.
Your Honor, I only took 57 bites out of that child, not 57 or 58. I only bit them 57 times, and it was delicious. Can you blame me?
I counted every time. The last one was just a bigger bite, I swear.
This video is not made for children. Kill children, behead children, cook children in a wok, curb stomp pregnant children.
Pregnant children?
That's what Dagoth Earth says.
He does. He says that.
Curb stomp a pregnant Argonian. Behead Argonians. Report children to the IRS. This video is not made for children. Have you seen that shit?
Yeah, why don't they have to pay taxes? Unfair.
Right? You can get a job at 16.
What about at 12 though? Should they be paying taxes at 12?
Yeah, go open a lemonade stand.
Get rid of the child labor laws.
I've been saying, let children work at UPS. Let children work at the airport. Let children work at Amazon.
The TSA is going to be filled with like 8 to 14-year-olds.
Can you step through the metal detector again, please? A little kid comes up and wands you down, a little fucking toddler.
Okay, but if they did it with like a funny little woo woo sound, I'd be totally into it. I'm like, this guy's
what if they just had a piece of cardboard and they're like wee 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 with their mouth?
I'd start sweating. I hope I didn't accidentally put a pocket knife in my pocket or something.
What'd you say?
That's what the TSA was before 9/11.
Real.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to just Hold your hand out. Let me get a palm reading real fast, and then you can
The
go.
TSA still ain't that good because I smuggled a bunch of carts through them.
Oh, they don't care about cards.
I don't think the
That's the
TSA
trick.
existed like prior to 9/11. Not
They
in,
didn't.
yeah. So yeah, thanks 9/11 for ruining
One bad apple
my
ruins the bunch.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not even mad about 9/11 because
One
of
bad
any of the things
Taliban
that
ruins the bunch.
happened.
How do you feel about the Taliban, Max?
Not the best. I do think, I can understand some of their viewpoints. America was pretty involved
You heard it here
in some of
first.
their
Max is
countries.
pro-Taliban.
Let's go. Woo,
But
pro Taliban.
I don't know if blowing up the World Trade Center was a good answer to that.
Yeah, at that
Although
point,
then
everybody's
we
in the wrong.
decided to, was it Iraq that we decided to invade after
Yeah,
9/11?
because
Yeah,
George
that
Bush
was
Pick
dumb.
was like,
anywhere on
hey,
the map. We've
That was
probably invaded
literally
it
the
at some
wrong
point.
country. Like, we literally were so bad at geography that our congressmen voted to go on war with the wrong country, basically.
well,
It's incredible.
from
Not
my
actual war,
understanding is that they wanted to be in there anyway because of oil. That's
Yeah.
why I think 9/11 was like. That's why I can kind of believe that it was an inside government job because it
Yeah,
like
Bush did
at the most.
9/11.
Yeah, exactly. At the most perfect time, it like rallied the American because nobody agreed with him to go into the Middle East. Everybody was telling him, "No, don't do it, don't do it." Then
What if
all of a sudden, go ahead.
what if I told you there's a big chance that big lumber and big plastic were heavy contributors to why weed and hemp was banned?
I could believe it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
There are
It's
microplastics
funny.
in cigarettes, and weed would hurt the cigarette industry.
Well, hemp is actually a very renewable product. So the idea was it's actually a pretty big competitor with the plastics, so they were working on synthetic plastics for like polyester and stuff like that, so like nylon and ropes, and now fabric's made out of plastic and it matched the strength. It's not sustainable by any means.
No.
And then with wood takes a long time to grow, and we were trying to use that for paper, but hemp paper had been being used for a long time, and it grows at a much faster rate, higher yield rates. Basically, it's just a better plant for it. But
You're
Hemp
just
is based.
pilled.
Yeah, Max is hemp pill. He takes his hemp pill every morning.
every day.
Max,
I can't
all of his
say-
clothes are made out of hemp too.
I actually want to do that one day. I think that'd be sick.
Whenever he gets too big for a shirt or something, he cuts it up
Max,
into
you're
little
a
slices
wook.
and
They have some
What's
really
what's
nice
a wook? What is that?
A
hemp shoes.
hippie, but more dirty.
Okay, what a wook actually is they're specifically like these people at raves that take some pretty like crazy psychedelics and other stuff, and they're known for their wisdom, quote unquote. But it's an interesting wisdom sometimes.
Now let me
Sometimes
tell you
it's
what a
surprisingly
wook.
deep.
Now let me tell you what a wook actually is. You know those white girls that get dreadlocks that go to Coachella, and they always
Yeah.
smell like dirt. That's a wook.
That's a shame, is what that is.
I actually
What a
used to
bad
associate with the wooks heavy.
That's fine. I'm not against
would.
them. I just like
You say I would?
Just
Their
don't
girls
smell
are
like
cute.
dirt.
Wook girls are bad. They always have
Yeah.
huge, big old butts. No, a wook is actually when a Wookiee smokes weed.
Yeah,
And would you
Star
smoke a
Wars
blunt
joke.
with Chewbacca, Max?
absolutely.
Yes.
That's not even a question.
Like, is that even a question? Yeah.
Have you
He'd be
seen
one
that?
of the chillest homies.
Yeah, for sure. Chewbacca would. Okay. Look, how do you guys feel about C-3PO?
Was he the golden guy?
I think
Yeah, he's the
evil.
gold one.
Hate him.
Okay, but think about how handy he would be to have around the house. He can fix, he can cook, he can clean.
You
would.
want him
No, I
because
know,
you're
I
gonna
know,
make
but I
him
hate
your
him.
little like house servant.
Like,
Yeah. He
just
would.
because
I mean,
because
honestly,
he's a
that's
tool
all
doesn't
he's
mean
good
he
for.
doesn't have any
He
personality.
can't like walk well.
Yeah, he
He
can't
would,
even
like-
walk well. He's like,
He would get to the point where he would know exactly what like dinner you wanted on a specific day, and he would have it pre-made for you by the time you got home with the house already clean and all the chores done. He would file your taxes for you perfectly, 100%. You could take him to Japan with you, and he could translate for you.
I'm pretty sure he'd commit tax fraud for you.
He probably would, yeah.
Okay, you know what? If he would,
You'd have to
because here's the
program
thing I
him
don't
to,
like about
actually.
him. If you want to do some like debauchery stuff, he'd go, "My word, sir, I'm afraid I cannot suggest you go out on this night to the bar with the boys just because it is Saturday doesn't mean that you cannot down a rambunctious amount of alcohol at this time." And I'm like, "Shut up! I'm trying to get wasted. We're going to the strip club after." You'd be a menace drunk.
You'd be an absolute fucking terror.
Probably, yeah. But if you could like tell him, "Hey man, I'm going out to like do this fun thing." "Oh, well, do have a good time, sir. I will have a bath ready for you if you throw up on yourself again." And it's like, "Great. Homie, he's here to just take care of you."
You could probably reprogram him to be like that.
I'd rather have Alfred.
I'd rather have HK-47.
Who's HK-47? Is that another...
He's an assassin protocol droid. He's the one that Darth Revan made. And his whole thing is that he hates organic meat bags. He uses the word meat bag like a slur. He's a droid supremacist. Well, here, look, I'll send you his definition of love. HK-47 is so based.
I'm looking him up right now.
If you're even kind of into Star Wars, I really suggest you play the Knights of the Old Republic games. The extended universe of Star Wars is the Star Wars universe. I think he said something like, "Love is when you have your tri-scope reticule pointed at a target's head at 50 miles away, and you pull off a shot against impossible odds, taking down the target in one singular shot, completely conserving the rest of your ammunition for the rest of your hunts." There's something like that.
"I am like a veritable fable, warning against the karma caused by murdering others. A morality tale, if you will. What utter irony." I love this guy. He's cool as hell.
Yeah. And when he likes
killer robots.
Yo, he's the killer. He's the original IG-88. Well, not the original, because IG-88 came out first. IG-88's also pretty based. I like in The Mandalorian when it shows IG-88 spinning around, shooting all those dudes.
Dude, he was based. I wish that he kept going.
No, then they turned him into a nanny.
Yeah, and then he
Everyone becomes a nanny one day or another.
Max, you're the nanny of suboptimal gameplay.
He terminated himself into the lava at the end, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He ended up dying at some point. Dying like a robot's capable of death, but I just care about him, so I feel like he died.
He did die. Like a piece of me died with him too.
Yeah, I lost someone on that day.
Max, did you ever adjust the rolls like I asked you to?
Why would he do that?
Because I asked him to.
In my defense, what you asked me was
to distribute
make
power.
Sure no one can change anything of importance. I don't know exactly what that means. And then distribute who you think is the most responsible. So far, I think everyone you have given a decent amount of power hasn't done anything crazy, so that's why I have not
changed the Bone Zone 2.0 to the Bone Zone 2.1.
I didn't realize that one. I thought that was you, to be honest.
No, he said it's 2.1 because he's a mod now.
Who's a mod now?
Cole.
Oh, yeah.
He saved the Bone Zone. I was going to delete it while I was drunk. Because nobody was getting in voice chat. And then as soon as I was about to delete it, he hopped in and I was like, "You saved it. You did it. I'm making you a mod now. You saved it." And he was like, "Bro, I got in here by accident, but fuck it, I'll stay." And then we played Saints Row the Third.
You get like self-destructive and it's crazy. Like the reason I wasn't there was because I was eating food.
I was at work.
I had left my station for but a moment so I could sustain myself. And then he goes, "If nobody shows up, I will destroy everything."
I'm gonna cut this out.
Hey, Quandale Dingle here. I just escaped prison. I am staying at my friend Juandale Pringle's house. As I was running away from cops, I fell and scraped some of my foreskin off. A guy named Garfield Jensen bent me over in the shower while I was in prison. What are you doing? My baby mama Shaniqua Anderson told me to pay child support, so I gave my baby to
That's really funny.
Yeah, she just keeps asking me still. She has
Here's the conundrum. I don't think she will.
Probably not, no. And it just adds to it even more. It's like, oh, I'm just a means to an end for you.
She's a little dumb.
Exactly.
That's what we're dealing with effectively.
No, not anymore. I'm done with it. You can deal with it now. Now she can bitch at you. It's your turn.
She can. That's fine. I exist everywhere all at the same time.
It's true you do. You're that big. Did you see I put you in my newest run of Amazing Cultivation Simulator?
Yeah, I'm the berry owl guy.
You're the warrior. You have a really high combat skill.
Yes, I do.
You move at 50 miles an hour.
That's just
You're so fast.
fast, baby.
I had you so when you start up, it's like kind of like RimWorld. Have you guys played that?
No.
You're on like a little your manor is on like a subsection of this huge map. So you only see like the little block that is your property. You can't see the whole map. Yeah. And when you first land, the map is blocked out to you and you have to have somebody scout around to like get a feel of the area that you're in. Usually that takes a couple of days, but I had Isaac the Large do it, and because he's so fast, he did it in like 20 minutes. He just around the whole map and filled the whole thing out.
I just do that in real life, actually. I go, all right, this is home point. 30 minutes later, come back. So, guys, I found the edges of the little continent we're sitting on. I'm going to need a boat if I want to go any further.
Do you think Wile E. Coyote is morally justified?
Yes.
It's nature, right? He's just trying to do his thing.
That's
well, not
true.
only is it nature, but he's been confounded so many times by the most wild of things. This Roadrunner runs through a painted tunnel on the mountain like it's an actual
He's a reality bender.
And then he runs headfirst into the granite wall that he painted it on.
Honestly, he's completely correct for trying to kill this thing.
He's a threat to
some
the
sort
earth.
of devil.
He's doing us a service. It's like SCP.
He's some sort of devil.
Yeah.
Roadrunner's a demon.
If Wile E. Coyote ever wins, he gets to finally rest knowing that the Earth is a little bit safer, and then he's
like what is he gonna do bad if he wins? Right? He's not.
What if Wile E. Coyote was hired by the government to assassinate Roadrunner? What if that's the lore?
What do you mean? What if? That's what it is.
That's what it is.
He has an entire FBI episode where he's in full like cop attire, and then
You're right. You're right. He does.
He doesn't wear it ever again because he figures out, oh shit, the thing will see me wearing it and recognize that I'm a Fed, so I can't be wearing this. On
Wile
the
E.
job.
Coyote's a Fed. He's dude. Looney Tune rules rock.
I love Looney Tune rules. I love when things get like cartoonish crazy. I especially love that some people have figured out that that's an actual power. Have you guys watched Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yo, dude, Jujutsu Kaisen rocks. That is one of the neatest power system I've ever seen.
Did you read up to the point where they introduce a guy that literally has cartoon powers?
The dude who's a slot machine. He's the roulette dude who's like his powers is the pachinko thing.
Nope.
Oh.
At least I don't think it's the pachinko thing. All I've seen is
put him in chat.
The curse rules is
I'm up to date, so I've probably seen him.
Oh well, then yeah, you've definitely seen it because the manga comes out first. Joke curse.
Hey, shout out to fucking my boy Gojo. Finally got released from the prison cube. It only took like they got him out of the prison dimension. It took. Did they finally? Yeah, in the latest chapter, they got him out.
It's Fumihiko Takaba.
Post him.
He's got the joke curse.
Oh yeah. My favorite is
he can do
the
anything.
clap.
He can do anything so long as he thinks it's funny.
Yeah. He's the comedian. He's one of the resurrected spirits.
It's so good.
I didn't know you liked Jujutsu Kaisen.
It's
It's
I
really
like
up
any
your
anime.
alley.
I like any anime that does a great job like creating a fight scene.
Oh yeah, that
Um,
one's got
They
real
have
good
some
ones.
really, really good ones in that one.
My favorite ability is Boogie Woogie.
what's Boogie Woogie?
That's the one where he claps and he can swap places with anything or make anything swap places. It's like a perfect example of the more simple a power is, the more simple and straightforward it is, usually the stronger it is. Like Star Platinum, he just needs to get close to you and that's
I mean,
it.
that's also just a really
Yeah.
strong one. That's the trick. It just has the strength to just beat up anything.
Yeah, I love how he uses it too. He's real clever with it. How do you know that there's like a secret like buff in that universe that they don't really talk about a lot? Where if you reveal how your curse works, it becomes stronger, it becomes more effective, it gets like a buff because you're like being honorable and letting your opponent know. So you lose the advantage of surprise, but any kind of curse you'll try to enact will be stronger. Isn't that
Yeah.
neat? That's so cool. It adds like a
It
gamble factor
also
to it.
I also like that it just kind of explains away all of the talking they're doing. Like, because
Yeah.
when in JoJo's, it's like, I can't let him know what my stand does, because if he knows what my stand does, that's
That's like giving him a loaded
the
gun
power
and
gets
putting it
out
in
of
your
it.
mouth.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's like, this is what I do, and then you tell him, and the curse is like, they know now, I can go even harder, and then it goes
Yeah.
crazy.
I love that about JoJo too, especially in Stardust Crusaders, where they're like, "You guys are fucking stupid monkey, fucking knuckle dragging monkeys, going around telling everybody your powers. You fucking idiots! What is wrong with you, you dumb
Yeah.
fucks?" And then he pulls out a
That
gun.
part's totally worth it.
What's up with the Emperor's range being a C? It's literally a gun. What's up with that?
Well, I think as the bullet travels farther, it gets weaker, is like the whole thing. But also, like, still got decent range. It's a gun.
It's still a gun, and he has control over the bullet to some extent.
I think it might be because, like, comparing range versus strength when you scale it, something that has, like, worldwide range or even universal range is the top, right? So a gun has some good range. It doesn't have S range because it can't shoot you from across the universe.
I don't think it should
right?
have an S range, but it's got like, where's it at? Oh no, they updated it. It's got a B now. That's pretty good.
Yeah. It's a gun that has homing bullets, so it is
It's
does have good range.
its
Still.
developmental potential is an E. It can't get any better.
That does sound about right.
Well, it's
Yeah,
the
it
same
can't
thing
get
we were
any-
saying. What
Have
is
you
it?
read
It's
any
a
of
gun.
the Whole Horse Josuke spinoff?
Yeah, it's really good. Those are two characters who I love interacting. Yeah, it's really, really, really good.
I was wondering how that'd be going. So I was curious about it.
It's funny. They have really good chemistry. What's Star Platinum's developmental potential in part 3 specifically? It's an A. Okay, that makes sense. What about it's an A in part 4 too? Really? It's an A in Stone Ocean?
That
That
one
just
surprises me.
that just proves that Jotaro's a lazy.
Yeah, of course he is. If he kept flexing his time stop move, it'd get to the point where he could pause time for a solid hour or several hours, and he's just like, I'm not gonna use it.
Have you guys seen the OVA? I saw that you used a clip from it in the newest episode.
No, I didn't know there was
What's
a what
What's the
OVA.
OVA?
Stardust
the original?
Crusaders.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
what does
actually
OVA
really
mean?
original video animation.
Yeah, I've seen little pieces of it.
It's really
for-
good.
I
If you
watched
like
the,
just
new
like the
one.
meat of Stardust Crusaders, the fight scene stuff, that's what that's for, because it cuts right to when they get to Egypt, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
And then it's just like a boss rush. So if you
oh,
like
that's
the
actually kind of funny.
if you
I
like the
like
meat
that.
where it's just fights, it's pretty good. It's got good voice acting too.
it's very nicely animated
It's real
for the
crisp.
time that it's in.
It's
I-
nicely animated for the current time.
Yeah.
I would say.
I don't know.
I'm a little biased. I'm a big fan of like the
It doesn't look like it's 1080p.
Well,
Where's the Family
in your
Guy underneath
defense,
it to
the
keep
old
my
Berserk,
attention?
that was art. I love
See,
that
I
manga.
also think I think the old 90s Berserk looks better than the 3 Netflix original movies that came out.
Oh yeah,
I'm a
100%.
big fan of like the old school gritty anime, like original Dragon Ball Z type stuff where you can see like the film grain on screen.
Oh,
I'm
I absolutely hate the like 3D type
It's
stuff.
terrible.
I like how they've been figuring out to use it because you should use it to make your fight scenes a little bit more 3D and like give them a little bit more depth. And that's what they've been doing.
Yeah.
But the animes where the entire animation style was just like Veggie Tales 2.0. I don't want that.
VeggieTales was an anime confirmed.
This is kind of that's 3D animation is kind of the reason why I don't want them to animate Steel Ball Run because it's kind of unrealistic to expect them to do all of those horses in 2D animation. But if they did it in 3D, I feel like it would really take away a lot of the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Because like there are some scenes like this. Here, look.
I don't want to talk to you unless you know Larry Boy.
There are scenes where there's like this, where there's like a fuck ton. Do you know how hard it is to animate horses? It's so fucking hard. There's so many moving parts. And look at that. Now imagine that in 3D animation. It would look terrible.
That's just 4 horses. It's the
That's
4
just-
horsemen.
That's just an example. There are scenes where there are hundreds on screen
Oh,
at
and
a time.
Berserk, yeah.
No, in Steel Ball Run JoJo.
Oh, there is in Berserk also though.
During the Golden
A lot of
Age and
horses.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Berserk has a lot of horses? I couldn't have possibly imagined that.
It's got the
No,
horse.
Ugh.
That's real. Did you know about horse, Isaac?
You just said it twice.
I'll censor it out. It's fine. I'm saying it for context.
I don't know. I don't know what the horse
He
is.
says, I'm gonna move you.
That's awful.
Do you want to see it?
I'm good, frankly.
I'm putting it in anyway.
Very well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good heavens.
Yeah, she says, horse, get me out of here. And then the horse is possessed by a ghost. She says, of course, let me mount you. And then the horse turns around with that face and says, I'm gonna you.
That's no good.
And
I'd
then
kill
Guts-
him on sight.
Guts chops him in half. Look at his face. He's got the killer face. Look at him.
Good. I'd do the same thing.
Guts is the like living personification of extreme prejudice.
That's half the reason I like him. The other
Yeah.
half being the giant sword and the full suit of armor sometimes.
I love
There's
his
a lot
sword. It is
closest
so iconic. It is so iconic. I was thinking about this last night. I love how he's not slashing. He's not cutting with that thing. He's mashing.
He's hacking it.
Smashing. Yeah.
Like
That's
it's
blunt
still
object.
leaves, but it
He
doesn't.
hasn't sharpened that
It
thing.
rips you
forever.
apart
From its weight.
like a very blunt axe.
From
Yeah,
force. Yeah. That thing is not going to cut you. It's going to just lob your arm off because it's so fucking heavy.
It's gonna make sure everything it hits gets absolutely atomized underneath its crushing power.
I love him so goddamn much. One time you made fun of me and you were like, that's why you had to get your god tattooed on my arm. Like, yeah, he's my god. I love him. I adore him. He is my favorite character from anything ever. He's so real. He's a real man with real life problems. He is like the most relatable character in fiction.
I don't relate to getting my girlfriend stolen by a man.
There's so many
college.
other things to relate
Man
to
god.
though. He's like trust issues and trauma and like he doesn't like being touched because he was sexually assaulted by a man that his dad sold him to. His dad
Yeah.
prostituted him out. His dad whored him out. Then he had to kill his dad.
That's pretty base. That's awesome.
And that's
Yeah.
still on his mind a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And he wasn't even like, I'm killing my dad out of revenge. It was defense. His dad got drunk and was like, I'm jealous of you because you still get to fight, and was trying to kill him. So he had to defend himself. And then everybody in the camp was like, you're fucked up. That dude
You
took
killed
you in
your
and
dad."
raised you. You killed your dad. You're a piece of shit, Guts. Fuck you, you little monster.
Yeah, and he had to run.
Ugh, crazy.
I have
shit.
a theory that Zod is Guts' dad, Max.
I've heard a little bit of that. That'd be interesting. I don't know though.
Um,
I don't even know if that's something they'll get into, and I'm okay with that.
they probably wouldn't. They'd leave it really ambiguous.
Well, I
What,
just don't think it's something they care about for the
No,
current
not at all.
story.
Not at all.
Because if you look at it, that's just something they haven't like foreshadowed at all. I feel like, and there's a lot of other stuff they have.
How would they clue you in on that? What would you try
With
to
me,
take away from Zod?
I feel like there have been some clues towards it. Okay, so like, Guts was found at a tree where they hang Wiccans, and they would hang what's the word? The druids. What are they? What are those people?
But I don't know.
Druids?
Yeah.
Like, are you asking for
The word
specific
of
name them?
fucking Scandinavians who would practice witchcraft. What are they called? You know it.
Gypsies.
No, the other one.
No, that's not. You might have
Shit.
to censor that
Okay,
one out. I'm
you
not
know it.
sure.
Yeah, gypsy's a slur.
Yeah,
Is it?
Yeah,
I say
Yeah.
it lovingly.
it's for Romani people.
Yeah, it's a slur.
I don't even know who the Romanis are. I like
Any-
people.
anyway,
Yeah, a
he-
lot of people in America don't.
He was found under a tree for people who would hang who were like set to practice witchcraft. And these people who do this in the Berserk series, what they're trying to do is they're trying to call apostles to them to impregnate a woman with like a baby like this. You see it during the conviction arc where they get that big goat monster to try to fuck Casca. Do you remember that, Max?
Yeah.
Yeah, they try to get this big goat man to fuck Casca with his snake dick because they're trying
Whoa.
to. Yeah, do you want to see the snake dick?
No, I'm good.
Berserk's got some good imagery in it.
Your definition of good imagery and mine are totally different.
Okay, I'll show you him, but I won't show you his snake dick. But so that's obviously like a thing that's practiced in the world. And he kind of looks like Zod a little bit in the face. And I'll show you the panels that I use to compare. He's got pointy ears. If you look at Guts' ears, they're pointed like an apostle. Nobody else has pointed ears.
It would explain their rivalry. My bigger thing is, I feel like they're just focusing on other parts of the story.
Oh yeah, for sure, for
yeah,
sure. It
I
would
think
be
there are things that hint to that. But I think right now, what I'm excited for is I think they're going to dive into the sword more instead of into the berserker armor. I think that's like the next big thing Guts has to figure out is his sword. There's a lot of stuff to that sword.
They kind of fixed the berserk armor a little bit in some of the recent chapters where they took him to the blacksmith. Look at the jawline there. When I saw this, I was like, okay, look at him. Pointy hair, pointy ears, jawline.
I'm not up to date. I think they might have
it
released
could
one I
be
missed.
that, or get this. Guts is just an
Pagan. That's the
orcish-looking
word I
man.
was thinking of. Pagans.
Pagan, okay.
Pagan.
What? How'd you describe them again?
Scandinavian witchcraft users.
You should have said satanic witchcraft users, because pagan is typically tied to satanic stuff.
You're just saying that because of the Salem witch trials.
No.
Weren't those all made up?
No? Oh,
No.
well, you mean
Like-
made up as in... Yeah.
Like
I
they
thought
knew
you
that
meant
these
made up
didn't
as in they
actually
didn't
lynch a bunch
happen.
of
We didn't
women.
lynch
No,
them.
I mean
was
like made up in the sense that they knew that those people weren't witches and they hung them for political reasons.
There was definitely someone who
Yeah,
was
some
like,
people
I can
definitely
just
thought.
use the concept of a witch to... It's the same thing as any time someone has ostracized any specific type of person.
The
for a
Red
reason.
Scare looking ass.
Yeah.
Communism is good, listener. Wait, Craig sent it to the inbox. What are you doing, Craig? You're really dropping the ball here.
What did
Craig's
you send to the
struggling
inbox?
today.
We started
Craig
at
can't handle me.
2:37. So yeah, that's weird. He usually sends it to the text chat where I add him, but he sent it to the inbox. It's weird.
What's the inbox?
Hover over our pictures and see at the top where it says suboptimal gameplay. Do you see the little like box next to the 3 dots?
No.
Oh, well, you know.
That might be an admin thing that you took away from me once I created mass chaos.
Oh yeah, I
Isaac,
see it.
I can't give Isaac admin permissions because he goes out of his way to cause problems with server settings. When I first made the Bone Zone, I gave him admin privileges because of course he's my best friend and I trust him. And did he set up an auto mod that like would ban you for saying pretty much every single vowel in the alphabet?
Don't spin it like I'm some villain. You summoned me, gave me admin privileges, and your direct words were, Isaac, I want you to create as many problems for everyone else as you could.
And then you created problems for me.
Yeah, the one thing you didn't think is that I don't discriminate with my chaos. Everybody gets a little taste of it. My
Max,
favorite
what are you
thing
looking
was
at?
I'm trying to get to the inbox all the way there because I have like 50 bajillion things in my inbox because there's a server that has like a fuck ton of channels, and for some people use those a lot for some reason.
my favorite thing was still when you guys were like muting me and timing me out because I had just gotten stripped of my power, but you had given me just enough to delete the voice channel. So I did that.
Oh, so
awesome.
you admit that you did it. You tried to say it was me. You finally
No, I
admit
did
it.
I did it back when it was like Bone Zone 1. Remember?
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah, I
Actually.
didn't. So we used to have a S.L.O.P recording channel that got deleted one time. And what I did was when he gave me back some power for a little bit, I started copy and pasting text channels or voice channels. And so someone had to go through and clean them up and delete them all. And I'm pretty sure in the chaos, he deleted the S.L.O.P voice channel as well. But he thinks that I did it. I don't know
It would
why
be
I
in
would do that.
character. It'd be in
Would it?
character. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it be in character to destroy a little thing that I've been garnering for a little bit?
Why is there a piece of glass in my
Sometimes an
chair?
oopsie daisy happens
Sorry,
once in
I
a
was
while.
trying to give that to you as a gift, but then you sat on it, and I didn't think about that, so it just kind of
My
spilled out
cats
into
have
the whole
been
chair.
bringing me dead mice.
Good.
Dude, I saw the wildest thing. Have you guys dived into the entire lore of like mouse traps and stuff?
No.
No.
Explain.
I've been watching this guy who does like DIY mouse traps at home, and the first one was
DIY
really
mouse
funny.
traps.
It was
I'm
really funny and
interested.
really cute because he took like this 5-foot deep bucket and put some ramps up to the side of it, and then at the top of the bucket was one singular rod that was connected to a little plank. So if you put weight on either side of the plank, it would spin down. Then he puts peanut butter at both ends of the plank, so a mouse will go up the ramp, try to cross the little piece of metal, get to the plank, and as it crawls out to either side, it starts to spin really fast until it just throws the mouse to the bottom of the bucket. And he caught like 4 of them in the first go. And of course, he's like, these 3 mice are wild, so I'm just going to drive really far away from my house and let them go. This one's an invasive species, so I'm going to kill it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that seems pretty cool.
This one
Next one I
has
watch,
to die.
Judas Trap. That's what it's called. And you know what you do? You take a rat, you put it in a little cage. You take another piece of cage and like kind of half connect it to the cage, so nothing can get into the cage with the other rat, but it looks like it's a doorway to get to the other rat. And then at the very back, right next to where the rat cage is connected to the second part of the trap, is just some giant thing that could break your hand and will crush like an entire rat's body.
Holy shit!
Do you think that rat knows
aptly
it's leading
named.
to those other rats' death?
Oh, I'm certain of it because he can smell it, he can see it, he can hear it.
Yeah.
He knows
And
what's
it just has
happening.
to sit there.
Because
It's
the
awful.
entire reason that this trap system works is rats are social. So they'll see a
Yeah.
rat and they'll go, "I'm gonna go hang out with you." There's a door, and they go and walk into it. And at first, he uses like a pet rat, and he's like, "This is a pretty little lady rat," and they're gonna try to hang out with her. And I'm gonna catch the first one that goes in there live, and then I'm gonna put him in a little horny jail so that he can watch other people die who try to go hang out with him. And I'm just thinking to myself, "Holy shit, this is
This guy went
messed
dark
up.
fast.
This is horrible." I liked it better when it was silly mice spinning on a little plank until they get thrown into the bottom of a bucket, and then it's like,
now he's using them to trap other ones. They have to watch their friends get smashed.
of course, he did allude to this because he was like, maybe I should put like a bunch of water at the bottom so that it becomes a kill trap. And I'm like, why would you kill him if you're
Yeah, this
catching
this
like
dude's a serial killer.
Well, the
If you're
funny thing
catching,
is
like,
at first he
wild
was like,
mice.
"Oh yeah," and made sure to get on video that, "Oh yeah, I'm keeping them alive. I'm doing the right things here." And then he just immediately next video is like, "Okay, death trap time, like Scooby Doo,
Judas
baby."
trap.
and like he's clearly he's competent with how to handle with like vermin and stuff because he also did a mole trap, and then he made
I
like
love moles. We have moles in our
ant
backyard, and I think
farms?
they're so cute.
You know what an ant farm is? He made a
Yeah.
mole farm where he's like, let's see how this guy digs. And so he makes a big little terrarium thing where you can see him digging against the glass wall sometimes. And after like a day or two, he's like,
They just kind
"That
of
was
do like
pretty
this,
cool."
right?
Yeah, they do it like that, but they mix up the dirt really, really well. He makes like 2 sets of 3 layers of different kinds of dirt. And when he comes back, it's all just mud.
I've heard they're really good for gardens because of that.
They are. They eat pests because they mostly eat like bugs and worms and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they will mix up the soils so it's easier for plant roots to go deeper. They can get more nutrients. Not to mention they don't typically eat the plants, so the only thing that might be a hassle is occasionally they'll dig them up as they're moving around.
I'm gonna get myself a whole ecosystem when I get the chance.
Yes,
Right?
buddy. I just want a pet mole. I think their little like starfish faces are adorable.
That's if you get the starfish face one. Some of them
That's
don't
what
have
we
that.
have in our backyard is the starfish face ones.
That's cool.
We have like a whole fucking dude. We have screeching owls in our backyard. A fox just gave birth in our shed, so we have baby fox pups in our shed. And our neighbor had a bear in their fucking backyard the other day. Like that's
Why
when
are
I say
you over there and I'm
Yeah.
over here? I want to live in.
that's what I'm saying. Like
I
when I
wanna
say I'm
live
in
in the
country, it's the wild. Thanks for doxing me, by the way. I'm gonna censor that out.
I said you're in a state. I'm in Arizona, and I know that. I've been telling Arizonan people, hey, if you're Arizona,
Alberta in an old abandoned mine.
Where is northern Alberta? Is that in
Canada.
Texas? Canada?
I don't believe you.
I don't trust.
No,
you
I live in
for a
Ruckersville,
second.
Virginia. Ruckersville.
I
The homeless
love
arc has begun, you
Ruckersville.
guys. I know you guys aren't
Has
up
it?
to date on Chris Chandler, but like, what do you think's gonna happen to him? He got out of jail. He can't go back to his house. There's a no contact order with his mom. If he goes back to his house, he goes to jail.
I think he's immortal. So
He's probably
never
gonna go to jail
necessarily
eventually
die.
for something else. I think.
Yeah,
Like it's just
gonna
a
be
matter
a
of time.
continuous loop of stupid stuff.
They need to just put him in a fucking psych ward, TBH, and just
That might honestly not be the worst option.
no, make him a ward of the state and put him in a psych ward. It would be the best for him. Could completely restrict his access to like communicate with the outside world and internet because there are always going to be people who are going to find him and try to like take advantage of him.
Yeah.
Just lock him up and throw the fucking key away. And it's sad that some people have to live like that, but some people have to live like that. And I think that he's one of them. He's never going to get a job. He's too old to turn his life around now. He's too set in his ways to turn his life around. He's not going to do it. All he would need to do is get off the internet, like get a job and save up, be responsible, be fucking autonomous, but he's not going to do it. He wants to sit at home and play My Little Pony and like have people pay to take care of him. He's too fucking old for that. Dude's in his 40s now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just lock him
I don't
up,
blame him. That sounds nice though.
right? That's
Living
what
at
we're trying
home.
to do too.
Yeah.
But we're putting work into it. You fucking
That's
saw
the
how long
difference.
was
You gotta put
Isaac
work
editing
into
that
it.
video?
Yeah.
Dude, I think it was a week and a half or something like that.
Yeah, like we're working for it.
40-minute episodes are too long. And my
Can
edits
I,
are starting to get elaborate.
Can I wrap myself out on something real quick?
Yeah, go
For
ahead.
it.
I've
That's
been
what this is
looking at
for.
Shein just to look at clothes.
You looking at little femboy clothes to wear for me?
Just clothes in general, honestly. I need to
Shein's
you?
get a
good.
new wardrobe. They're bad. Fast fashion is bad, but they have
Well,
they're
like
cheap.
morally, they're
really
bad.
cheap. Yeah.
On a moral standing, this is horrible. Also, I absolutely love that color on you.
At
I
least
think it
it's
brings
not
out
like
your eyes.
Hugo Boss where they're literal Nazis.
Yeah, as long as it's not big fashion and I'm not spending a ton of money on something dumb.
Max, just go to shirts and stuff. That's where I got most of my wardrobe. This is a shout out to shirts and stuff. Shirts and stuff is gas. Shirts and stuff is so good.
Okay, these ones are pretty fire though. They
Is
have
that a
lot of
website
fire
or a
shit.
place?
It's a place in Arizona. It's a little local
damn.
like goth store.
A little goth. You love all that punk stuff. You're a little punk.
Yeah,
aren't
You
I
just
ran
want
a
me to
punk
start dressing
music
like a punk.
venue.
You're a little
I
punk
want-
boy, huh?
Huh, it's crazy how the man who ran a punk music venue is a little punk boy. Huh.
Yeah.
I wonder how that works.
You could be one of those soulless businessmen. They're basically
Have you
the
guys-
same thing.
Did you know you can still Google my music venue?
Yeah, you did it like a week or two ago.
It's so funny. It says temporarily closed. Nah, bitch. That thing closed for life.
Thing's gone.
No.
The
when
first
the
picture
next-
is a
when the
really funny
next-
picture of Steve Harvey.
When the next universe rolls around, it'll open up again.
Yeah, we just got to do a universal reset.
Yeah.
What was the stand called? He's like half horse, half riding
Maiden-
a horse.
Made in heaven.
Made in heaven.
Yeah, we're gonna made in heaven to open up your old business again.
Dude, I don't want to have to go through all that shit again.
It still has fucking 568 followers.
They're waiting.
Pretty
It
damn
says
good.
temporarily closed.
That's
They're
funny.
expecting something. Trey,
Look.
when are you gonna open it up again?
Yeah. You gotta give the people what they want, Trey.
I'll never do it again. I'll never. You can't make me. You can't make me. You can't make me. Max, do you know Norma Jean?
No.
I had Norma Jean play at the house, and we had, do you know Guerrilla Warfare?
Maybe. I think
Guerrilla Warfare played, and we had, Girlwood. Do you know Girlwood?
No.
Oh, Girlwood played. Girlwood's really good. They did the song "I'm Not Your Dad."
That does sound like it'd be a fun thing to set up, huh?
What, a music venue?
Just a little hangout place. Like people come by and do whatever.
That's pretty much what it was. Is it was supposed to just be like a safe place for self-expression, and then the kids ruined it, so we made it 18 plus, and then it was an adult hangout spot.
Yeah.
It's always ruined things.
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh
too
god.
surprised.
That fucking doing that music venue is why I don't like people until they're 18, because kids ruin everything. I literally, one night we had a show and I got up on the mic and I was like, hey y'all, like I know this is like the place where people come to like party and drink and get high and shit, and like all that's cool, that's fine. Just be really DL about it, because if anybody gets hurt, if anything happens, if the police get called, it's gonna come back on us, and we won't be able to do these shows anymore. Because if the police came to this house, they would have condemned it. Like, it was a rough house. They would have condemned the house. Our fuse box, the wires were black and like soldered together from heat. They would have condemned the house. So I was like, hey, just keep it DL, and like just like don't go too crazy with it. Within 5 minutes, a girl had like passed out on the front porch and hit her head.
Yeah.
and she was like slurring her words, and it's like, oh, you're drunk, and she was like, no, I hit a dab pin. No, the fuck you didn't. Shut up. No, you didn't. Shut your fucking mouth. You're drunk. You came here drunk. It's been 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So tired of kids taking their
Pre-gaming actually has become a very bad thing.
Real space.
You just
Why
can't
is it a bad
pregame
thing?
too hard. You just can't
Yeah,
pregame
that's the
too hard.
trick.
Yeah. Just
And then I think
know
people
how
just
much
lose
your
track. You
pre-gaming
just need
is.
to, you need to keep track of
Pre-gaming is to get like
how much.
tipsy, and so you can get there feeling good, so you don't have to wait to start feeling good.
Yeah.
So
Pre-gaming's
people
not
aren't
to get
party ready
thrashed.
without being party ready. You know what I mean?
You know who you are, viewer listening. Viewer listening, if you've ever went to a party and pre-gamed and puked as soon as you showed up, like, comment, and subscribe.
You know who did that? Aaron did that.
Tell the story. He's not
No,
here to
yeah.
defend himself, so tell the story.
That's the best time to tell stories when people aren't there for it. That's a little lore bit. Don't trust me with stories unless you want me to tell them.
Carson.
Carson. So Eric came over to my place because like my parents were gone for a 3-day something or other.
Oh,
They
you told me
drove
about
out.
this the other day. It's good.
Yeah, they drove out to like Texas or something. So me and a bunch of my high school buddies came over. This was like 4 years after we had graduated, but I'm still pretty close to a lot of those guys. So my brother goes out and he's like, "Yeah, I got some like I can't remember if it was rum or what was it. It might have been bourbon." And he was like, "I also got Mike's Hard Lemonades because those are my favorite." And
I have
some
my
of the guys are getting into the bourbon pretty good. They're trying to make some kind of cocktail with it. Aaron's just starting out with some Mike's Hards, and of course he did two funny things that night. Devin showed up to the party too, but he did it like later, so everyone else had already kind of started up. Aaron was on like his second Mike's Hard, and as soon as Devin walks in, we're deep into a game of like Cards Against Humanity, and Aaron goes, "Wait, okay, everybody, stop to just recognize how good Devin looks right now."
after 2 drinks.
Yeah, two my
After-
cards.
God
one and a
damn.
half technically. He wasn't even done with it yet.
Oh, he's struggling.
And then by the time he had finished that, he was like trying to go for a third one, and then he passed out at some point on one of our couches. And so we walk away from that room to go and do a little bit of cleaning up. Devin walks back in from the front room, and he's like, "Hey, just so you know, Aaron threw up." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I go over there with like a full wad of paper towels and stuff, and I'm gonna go clean it up. It looks like it's been pushed around a little bit. Like one of his arms is dangling into it. You can see the spit coming from his lip, and I'm just looking at it like, ew.
You're
so
a
I
mess,
cleaned it
buddy.
up.
Do you
Yeah,
clean him up?
I guess.
Haas,
What
comment
does
below
that
this.
mean?
Haas, comment below if you're disappointed in Aaron for drinking 2 Mike's Hard Lemonade and throwing up.
What do you mean by clean him up? Like wash his face up, or give him like a whole bath and stuff?
Like take care of him at least. Maybe not like a whole bath, but like
Yeah.
pick him
So-
up. And...
Okay, I don't know how he threw up as much as he did, because there was more goo on the ground than I think his
Goo.
stomach could potentially hold. Right? I don't even know what he had eaten prior. It was all out. And
Was it like
it
the
was
Exorcist type vomiting where he just like projectile vomited really fucking hard?
kind
he
of,
doesn't
yeah.
know. He wasn't. Oh, I thought you didn't see it.
Oh, I didn't see
Is
him
that just
do
what you
it, but I
assumed?
saw the like aftermath, and I'm pretty
Oh,
sure he
yeah.
just kind of hosed his gut out.
Yeah, I've had that.
Basically.
I did that one time on a Dark Souls poster from smoking weed. Smoking weed, too much weed one time made me projectile vomit, and I did it right on a Dark Souls
I've never
poster.
greened out. That
You
I'm
did
pretty
that back
It's
when
not
you were here
fun.
in January.
I did?
You were smoking so bad that it hit a point where you were coughing and hacking, and I'm like, "Hey, are you good?" And you're like, yeah, I'm fine. I'll just keep going. I'm like, you shouldn't. You're having a bad one. Then you're like, you start coughing next to the sink and start leaning over, and you're like actually puking. And I'm like,
And this is why I said I'm scared. I might kill you.
this guy's this guy's got fucking the only word I can bring up is Alzheimer's. Asthma. Asthma. That's what I'm.
Yeah, that's
this
why
guy's got asthma.
That's why I puked, Mac. It was like a reaction from coughing. I'm asthmatic.
And he'll actually like jam smoke down his lungs like some kind of asshole. But
Here,
anyway,
look, watch this.
So, viewers at home, you can't see it, but we've all got our face cams on, and he just smoked a hard one, and then a meteor from Sephiroth's supernova flew in front of his face.
God, I wish I was Sephiroth. I want to be Sephiroth so bad. I want to be Sephiroth. All right, let's end it. Max, if you woke up as Sephiroth tomorrow, what's the first thing you would do?
Probably take a good look in the mirror and have some fun. I'm not gonna lie. Sephiroth looks pretty good.
Isaac, you wake up tomorrow and you're Sephiroth. What's the first thing you do?
You already know, baby. Supernova.
I wake up tomorrow and Sephiroth is the first thing I do is grow my one wing and go look for Tifa so I can seduce her. And
Is that why
that's
you need the 1 week? Can't do it without it.
Yeah, no, it's so I can fly around.
That lets him do, well, it lets him do flying sex. Like, you know how you hold her up and you just bang her against the wall?
That's true.
But you're flying.
Up against the cloud.
This is the end. This is the end. You're done. You're done.
The screen.